People on Psychonauts look so weird. The art is super unique. I love it, but I also a little creeped out, but I do like it. This is so cool. It looks so nice. I think it's cool how they try to incorporate all these aspects of the mind in a cool, colorful way. I agree. Like, the concept itself of like going into people's minds is like cool. But then the way they go about it, it's like super abstract. It's really creative. I think if I had to pick a favorite mind, aesthetic-wise, Helmet Fullbear's mind looked the best. So the textures were different, it's very colorful, it's very vibrant. I like how psychedelic everything looks, but it's not overboard. Like, it's not too much. With this kind of thing, you could easily go too far with the art style. I think they nailed it. Ah, too fast, too fast. It's just like, it's colorful just enough. Wow. Okay, this red right here, this is a harsh red. Like I was saying before about the colors, but this red is so harsh. Like, that's the kind of like saturation that hurts your eyes. But everything else is okay. If I had to pick a favorite mind, gameplay-wise, I think I'd choose Compton's mind. Because just the concept of the like anxiety, like the panic attacks, and how they manifested that into this, I really like that. The sights, the sounds, everything here just makes you anxious. It's like, it's brilliantly done. Like the timer, everything. I just think that's really cool. And then like doing the little mini games, like part of the gameplay, that was fun too. Like just this level was designed really well. Pork chopper's hoof to enable chopping action.
Hey, boil the egg! Pushes that button. Chopping begins.
Do I need to move him?
And that a perfectly chopped.
My bad. Oh gosh. Okay, we'll chop another one, it's fine. I mean, that... you know what? That describes this place very well. This is definitely sensory overload. Not like in the way of colors and stuff. The colors in Helmet's mind were like crazy, like psychedelic and stuff. This place is like overload as in like this music is kind of loud, like the audience was there making loud noises. There's these cameras watching. That could make you panic. And there's like a lot of moving parts, so like visual overload in that way. Like movement. Oh, his jump is kind of different from the last game. Oh whoa, he jumps differently each time. I've never seen that before. That's fun. I've never seen a game do that. Okay, this is what I'm waiting for. Oh. Oh, I liked the animation from the first game better. Like, he would put the thought above his head and then guide it down to his feet. I guess this is cool too. I liked the other one. Actually, I can't even tell what he's doing. It's so fast. Interesting. I think they did a good job with Raz's facial expressions in the cutscenes and stuff. I agree, because he must have been the hardest. He's literally in every... he's in every scene. So Raz's animation would have to have had the most like attention put to it. And he did look pretty good the whole time. It would have been fun if, you know, after all of this, like we got a hold of the water curse thing, that I'd be able to actually go in the water. But I cannot. But I think that's just like a game design thing, like limitation. This is just the epilogue, like it's very small part of the game. And like they'd have to make like a swimming animation for him. They'd have to make the water actually swimmable, which doesn't look like it is for just a small part of the game, so they probably didn't put that on their to-do list, which is fine, but it would have been fun if we could swim. I like this place so far. Also the fact that she's like a 2D piece of paper. Like how cool is that? That must have been hard to animate. Especially, I think the hardest part would be the face, like the expressions. Like the limbs would be whatever. But for something like this, since the whole thing is like probably one texture, like the face would have to be separate if you wanted to animate the expressions. And it looks like her glasses are separate from her main body. And it looks like the mouth is too. I did suspect the mouth was separate. So that's like separate geometry that they put on top and move separately, but the whole rest of the body is one piece. That makes sense. He's so cute. I'm actually kind of curious how they made this happen. This is obviously not like a 3D character. But I think what they did was they made like a big flat like polygon and they put a texture on it, and then the texture itself is like a transparent image of this kid. Here,
I would not go in there if I were you.
do something, little Rouse. Yeah, it must be like an image sequence. Or I did stuff like that for my senior film in college. So there are multiple images. If you change the image, it stands up straight, bends down, and then I guess they program it to whatever he's doing at the time. Like if he's moving, then it changes the images to be a run sequence. So I was thinking before, like, did they like cut around? Like is every piece like a different piece of geometry? It's like, no, they couldn't have done it that way. It's definitely just like one plain image. I don't know if that was hard to understand or not. Hopefully it wasn't. For the animation in this game, I have to admit I was not impressed at the start of the game, and let me explain why. I think the problem was acting. The first game had a certain style. The characters almost acted like puppets. Like it was clean cut, it was simple, and it was to the point. Like if somebody was sad, they'd hang their head. If somebody was happy, they'd wave their arms around, you know, stuff like that. In this game, the actions were more subtle and flowing, and the movement variations are more numerous, which absolutely takes more time and effort. And I do admire that the dev team went all out like that. So like, it didn't happen all the time, but there were moments I noticed where the acting didn't match the voice direction, and the animation was getting floaty or stiff. And one example is Hollis Forsyth. Overall, in my opinion, I think Hollis's animation was the weakest. And another example is Mia. And if you go back and watch part 1 of the streams, when we spoke to her in her office, you can actually see sometimes she seems a little stiff and floaty in her facial expressions. That said, the animation did turn out well. There were parts that fell flat for me, but there are also parts that felt really great. And like Dr. Lobato in particular, he looked amazing in all of the scenes he was in. I really liked Dr. Lobato's animation. In this game and in the last game, he's just consistently beautiful. How are you enjoying this game? I like it so far. It's super creative, which is what I was hoping for. So what I liked in the first game was how imaginative they were with the minds. Like when you'd go into somebody's mind, how they interpreted their thoughts and feelings.
Get back in the field.
It was like my favorite part of it. So seeing stuff like this is super
Let's
cool.
go somewhere else.
Everybody, back in the van.
Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. Subscribe for more, leave a like if you enjoyed, and share the video with others who might enjoy it too. Follow me on social media for updates, and I will see you next time.